Welcome to another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, coming to you 6 days a week as we interview whitetail experts and hear their traditions and personal stories of the hunt. Learn more about the latest gear, discover proven tips, and the latest strategies so you can make your next hunt a success. Now, here's your host, Bruce Hutchin.
Welcome to Whitetail Rendezvous Podcast with your host, Bruce Hutchin, episode number 173.
On today's show, you'll hear from Nutri Plot's Kenny Trentham about how to attract and hold big bucks so you can create more opportunities on your land. Hey, listeners, don't forget to text 33444 Food Plot for your free Food Plot ebook.
Welcome to another edition of Whitetail Rendezvous. I'm excited about today's show because we got Kenny Trentham, who is the CEO of Nutri Plot. So, Ken, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bruce. It's a pleasure to be on here.
Let's jump right in it. I know a lot of people know about your product, but let's just jump in and tell the folks, tell the listeners all over North America what Nutri Plot is.
We'll be glad to, Bruce. Nutri Plot is a 683 NPK fertilizer that is used to go along with your food plot. It will really enhance your food plot, and it will enhance your hunting too, because when you put this product out, this product has an attractant in it, and that's what makes this product unique. It's a fertilizer with an attractant in it. And when you put this out, the deer are going to, deer, wildlife, whatever you're trying to get, will be attracted to your food plot or to an area that you're going to be hunting in.
Okay, you started off and you named some things that I have no idea what you're talking about. I think that's the components of your product. So let's go back and let's tell the people just what is in Nutri Plot.
Okay, Nutri Plot, as I said, it's a 683 NPK, which is nitrogen, phosphorus, that type of material. But it also has over 30 different micronutrients in it. So it has a macro and micro package in it, and that consists of like zinc, boron, copper, things like that.
Okay, and then you said it's also an attractant. So why are deer attracted to it?
Well, because of the smell. It has a vanilla smell in it, and when you open the bottle, you'll be able to tell right away that it really smells sweet and good to us, and therefore it also has that kind of effect on the deer as well. And when they're eating the forage on their food plot, it drives what they call the brick level up in that, and makes it real sweet to them. Kind of like us going to the candy store. When the deer hit your food plot with this on it, it's like they're going to the candy store.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, it's a supplement that you put on top of your food plot, one to attract, but then to give it a mineral boost. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
And then what type of, do they buy it in 5 gallons or 2.5 gallons or gallon containers, or what size do you sell?
Well, right now what we're doing, Bruce, is we sell it in quarts and gallons, but we can get it in any amount. We can get it in totes, which is 275 gallons, drums, whatever the person wants. But normally the average hunter out here has somewhere around an acre food plot. And one quart will treat up to 1 acre, and a gallon will treat 4 acres.
So how am I dispersing that? Am I just putting a sprayer behind my tractor ATV, or do I just throw a sprayer on my back and pump it out, disperse it that way? Talk to me about application.
Yeah. Different people are going to apply it different ways. There are those that have the backpacks, and what you would do is you'd mix according to whatever your backpack is. Just mix accordingly. You mix a quart with 10 gallons of water, and that will treat 1 whole acre. Other people use an ATV sprayer. Same way, if you got like a 20 gallon tank, you could actually put in 2 quarts, or put in half 10 gallons of water and 1 quart. Some people use a hand pump sprayer, and they'll just spray it just a small area. And there again, whatever amount of application you're applying, whatever, if it's a pump sprayer or ATV, whatever, you just mix accordingly.
So we got the product applied. Now, is it an all-around year application, or you just do it spring, fall, summer? Talk to me about when should a person apply it?
Well, a person should apply it good time in the spring of the year. More and more guys are coming out with spring plots. They're trying to feed that deer and wildlife. Here again, it's not just deer, it could be turkey, whatever wildlife you're attracting. They're feeding them year-round now. But the best time to apply this is in the spring, the summer, and the fall times.
All right. And so it doesn't matter what type of food plot you have. This would be complementary to any crops that you're planting. Is that correct?
It'll work on anything you plant, yes.
So let's get down to the nubbins, okay, because there's a lot of competition out there. There's a lot of people, talking about food plots, and whitetail hunting's a 365-day a year. What's so special about your product? We're not going to mention anybody else on the show, but when you look at your product, what are the differentials that make it stand apart?
Well, like I said, what's unique, I think about Nutri Plot is it has the fertilizer with an attractant in it. There's a lot of products out there that's just the fertilizer product only, whether it be granular or in liquid. But this has an attractant already in it. And to me, like I said, you can talk to a lot of different hunters and they'll tell you that seems to be a unique feature because you can use it as an attractant, or you can use it as a fertilizer as well. A lot of guys will tell me, Bruce, they say, well, I don't put out food plots, and I tell them you don't have to. You can actually just go out and spray a patchy area, grassy area where you want your deer or the wildlife to come into that is called the kill zone, and this product will actually bring the deer into that area.
Okay, so I just heard you. So if we're doing microplots on our farms, that we hunt, we have microplots because there's plenty of corn, maybe beans, maybe some alfalfa. There's plenty of food, year in, year out on the farm. But we found that some of the runways and some of the ridges and everything, we're putting in microplots to attract deer and just to have them hold up. If they come to it, they'll hold up and give us an opportunity for a shot, give us a lot of great camera, footage. So is that a better way to use it, in your opinion, or you're talking 1 acre, we're talking, 200 square feet, in our microplots?
Yeah. Well, and here again, Bruce, it's, different people are going to use it different ways. It can be used the way that you said. It can also be used for regular plots. I know one guy in Kentucky, what he was doing was trying to get the people to, he lived on a small acreage, and the farmers around him were large landowners, and the deer seemed to stay on their side of the property. And what he was doing with our product was he was actually bringing the deer into his property and holding them there on his property, so they wasn't going back to the large landowners.
And they did that because the deer did that?
Well, the reason why is he wanted to feed the deer and to keep them on his property instead of them, running off and holding them over on the landowner and them getting the shot instead of him getting the shot. So he started using our product, and that's exactly what he did. He was keeping the deer on his land and holding them there.
Was he applying it to a food plot, or just he dispersing it throughout his land?
No, he was actually applying it to his food plot, and he had less than 40 acres, and he had 3 or 4 different plots is what he was doing. But like I said, he was in the middle of large landowners that was all around him on every side. And he wasn't getting the deer like he wanted to have, so he was using our product, bringing them in cheaper.
Now let's talk about the actual impact. How does it help doe and fawns, and how does it help bucks grow big bone on their heads or keep them healthy?
Well, with the different micronutrients that's in the product, it's going to make a healthier deer. It's going to grow the bigger bucks, bigger antlers, and it's also going to help the does with the milk for the fawns. So it's going to make a healthier animal. and a better, better tasting animal as well, because a good deer that's been fed good and things like it's going to be a lot better tasting deer.
Now, how long I apply it, in May, how long is that going to last before I have to do a reapplication?
Well, what we tell people, Bruce, is a lot of people just use it at one time on their plot, but the more that you use the product, the healthier your plot's going to be and the bigger it's going to get. So actually, we tell people if you can apply it every 20 days or so, you're just going to have a healthier plot, because when the deer start eating it and hitting on it, they're going to keep that down. But if you can keep that plot going, after you've got a pretty good sized herd of deer on it, it's going to make your food plot come back alive.
Now let's talk about, you said a herd of deer, 1 acre. How many deer will that support using your product?
Well, normally you're going to see 10, 15 deer would take care of that if you keep it really fertilized good. So it will hold quite a few deer on just a small acreage if you keep your food plot thriving, and this product will do that.
Now, some guys that are building food plots, but they also have mineral sites, have to be cognizant of the state regs. Now, every state's different. Can you share what the state regs are, in your area, or throughout, east of the Mississippi?
Well, I know in Missouri, we're allowed to use this product because I've talked to different wildlife people, and because it is a liquid product, it meets the criteria. In a lot of states, you're not allowed to bait at all, and we don't consider this baiting because this product, like I said, is a fertilizer, and the attractant that's in it is part of the makeup for the product. So, everybody's going to have to know the codes in their states, and in some states where you're not allowed to use any kind of attractant, we're coming out with a product that will not really have the attractant in. We can do just fertilizer only. So we should be able to accommodate all those different states that have the different requirements.
Great. Thank you for sharing that. Now, do you have any data that supports, hey, Joe Smith, started 2 years ago with our product, and he was getting X size of bucks. Now, 3 years later, he's getting Y size of bucks. Do you have any of that type of data? People could go to your website and view?
Well, the data we have is actually testimonials from people that have used the product, and those people are the ones that actually can tell the story of what this product actually does. And yes, we do have that on our website as well.
And we're talking about your websites. How do people get a hold of you? Not your phone number, unless you want them to call you, but on Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, or your actual website.
Yeah, our website is www.nutri-plot.com, and you can also get a hold of me at ken@nutri-plot.com as well.
And do you have Facebook page, social media pages?
Yes, we do. Facebook page, Nutri Plot, Facebook page.
And anything on Twitter?
I am on Twitter as well. Same thing.
And what's your name there?
Kenny Trentham.
Okay, just your name then.
Yeah, and you can also find us under Nutri Plot as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what does this cost? If somebody wants to buy a couple gallons, what does it cost shipping and handling all in?
Yeah, we do have, you can order the product online. The thing of it is, Bruce, and I mean, we don't discourage anyone ordering online. We would like for people to use the dealers that handle the product, and if there's no one in the area using it, or as a dealer, we'd love to talk to people because, like I say, you can save some money if you go through a dealer. The cost online would be $25.95 a quart plus shipping and handling, and that can get pretty expensive. But if you go through a dealer, you can pay $25.95 and not have to worry about the shipping and handling.
Well, let's talk about your dealers. What does your dealer network look like right now?
Well, we're growing slowly but surely, but we have dealers in the Missouri area. We also have some dealers in Kansas, Oklahoma, Illinois, around places like that. But here again, Bruce, we're definitely looking for more and more dealers all the time, and pro staff.
All right, so let's talk about pro staff. What does a person need to do or have a background in to be on your pro staff?
Well, on our pro staff, we're very picky on who we use, but we want our pro staff to actually use the product and test it in different ways. But we also want our pro staff to go and work with the local dealers in the area to help promote this product as well.
And do you have a pro staff team now, or is that something you're building?
We do. We have a pro staff team, and like I said, we're looking for more and more good pro staff. A lot of people, Bruce, they call themselves pro staff, but in my opinion, pro staff is someone who, like I said, really works the area, going out getting dealers and using the product and really promote the product as well. I've had a lot of guys and gals that contacted us and we've given the product out, and then I never hear from them again. And we really, like I said, we've gotten pretty picky on who we use as pro staff people.
Now, are they stocking dealers in the dealer network? Are they stocking dealers?
Well, not necessarily stocking dealers, just getting dealers interested in purchasing and using our product. Our pro staff, what we do is we normally give them a percentage. It's cheaper to them through pro staff, but still not as a dealer. They're still going to pay above dealer price. So, like I said, it encourages them to go out and use the product, and also to help get other dealers as well.
And so, if a person did want to be a stocking dealer, then they're going to have to put in a halfway decent order with you to get the stuff they need to have on hand when people are coming in, because a lot of people don't want to wait, don't want to wait for product.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And our dealer program, we're not. We don't require a person to have a lot of product on hand, because a lot of these new dealers, they want to try the product and get it out there for people too, and we want that. I don't want anybody stuck with any of the product or sitting on their shelves. We want to move rapidly. So, like I said, we don't require a lot of inventory sitting in your warehouse tying up space either. So we're pretty lenient on orders.
Well, thanks for sharing with us about Nutri Plot. One last question: when did you start this?
I actually bought the company back in 2013. The product was actually they started it like in 2009, but I actually bought it in 2013 and started really promoting it from there.
Now, in the warm-up, we talked about you have one passion about passing on the hunting tradition to your kids. Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Well, that's the main reason, Bruce, that I actually got into this is a couple of different reasons, really. First is my son is an avid hunter, and he really wanted to get into hunting, and so we started using the product. He liked it, and whenever I was able to purchase it, when it came up for sale, I bought it to try to build something for him and my grandchildren. But also, I use it as a ministry too. To me, this is a ministry, not just a business.
So, what does that mean to some folks that don't have faith or don't have some relationship with God? What does that mean to you, and how do you use the product to fulfill that ministry?
Well, Bruce, the hunting industry, a lot of your hunters are very, very good, dedicated Christian people, and like I said, we want people to know, where we stand and who we stand for. And on our label itself, we have a passage of scripture in Genesis 27:3, and we have the fish symbol on there and stuff. And when people see that, they know exactly, what we're standing for. And like I said, that's what we want. We want our faith to be known.
Now let's talk about your son. Is your son an archer or rifle hunter or both?
He does both.
And why does he like chasing whitetails?
Well, when he was a young boy, his uncle actually got him started. I didn't get started with my son. I was too busy working like a lot of people and didn't take the time and didn't have the time. I was out trying to make a living, but my brother-in-law took him, and he got hooked. And from that time on, he loves hunting. He loves any kind of hunting that there is. He's a deer hunter, turkey hunter, waterfowl hunter. He loves it all.
Well, that's great. Now, how many grandkids do you have?
Right now, Bruce, we just have two, a little boy and a little girl. And like I said, our son Corey, he's bringing them up to be hunters. So they're going to be in the business.
Well, that works for me, that's for sure. Now, how can our listeners try your product? Do you have sample size, or talk to me about how you can help market your product through Whitetail Rendezvous? Obviously, we got a podcast where thousands of people are going to listen to it. But what's your marketing campaign to help broaden your scope and let people know about your brand?
Well, Bruce, like I said, the main thing is we're wanting to get product out there in the hands of dealers, and a lot of folks, they'll go into their local archery shops or hunting stores and ask the people if they handle the Nutri Plot. That right there alone will cause a buzz, I hope, and they'll be wanting to order. And anybody that can help us out there, I'm going to make it worth their while to try to help us. I want to meet people at the shows and talk to them and get to know them, and I want them to get to know me and get to know our product even better. And the best way to do that is just to try to order it and get their local retailers to buy it.
All right, Ken, we're unbelievable. We're at the time of the show where you get a shout out. You get a minute or two to give shout outs to whomever. So please take the time and you got the mic.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank Miss Christy King for the work that she's done with us, and Chase Bowman, a good friend of mine that got started. He's on the Hunt Channel now. Chase was one of those guys that encouraged us, used our product, liked it. Jody Blackwell, the same way. People like that really encouraged us and kept us going. There's so many that usually when you start naming people, you forget that those people know who they are. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's encouraged us and said a prayer for us and really kept us going.
Well, sir, it's been a pleasure having you on the show, and I just wish you well, and I look forward to getting some of that product and putting it on some of our Microplots. I get a couple places that I'm thinking of right now that it would surely work, so I appreciate that. And so on behalf of Whitetail Rendezvous, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Bruce. It's been a pleasure.
Make sure you listen to the next episode when we hear about hunting fitness from Jeremy Kerber of Fit to Hunt.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, where you can listen and learn from the experts so you can be more successful on your next hunt. Until next time, listen, learn, and succeed.
Remember to text 33444 Food Plot for your free ebook